All right. Tracy, can you hear me? Okay, Keith
I,
and always do.
I can hear you.
All righty. And there's Mr. Larson, who didn't show up last time. I was so disappointed. I thought it was going to be my last time doing this, and this should be my last time doing this. And you didn't show up, Mr. Larson. I was very sad.
I know I apologize, Your Honor. I had a conflict with one of my energy cases, but I was very sad to hear that I thought it was going to be your last one, and I'm glad to see you again.
Really? Okay, well, don't get used to it because it ain't going to last. All right. Well, we shall go on the record then with proceeding 24C-0568-INS. This is the commission's show cause hearing. I don't know how often we do it now, so I don't want to, used to say bi-weekly, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Today is the 8th of January, 2025 at approximately 12 p.m. And I will start with appearances. Well, I should say, Mr. Law Judge Robert Garvey. I'm doing this to show how to do it, and I'm just messing up left and right. So, but I'll start with appearances. Mr. Larson, go ahead.
Yes, Justin Larson with the Colorado Department of Law, appearing on behalf of PUC staff. With me, as usual, is staff witness Marquita Riley.
All right, and I don't see that there's any respondents that have appeared here today. And I didn't speak to any before the hearing either. So we'll just start in. Mr. Larson, you may call your first witness.
Yes, staff calls Marquita Riley.
Hey, Mr. Riley, raise your right hand for me. You swear affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Larson, you go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Ms. Riley. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita Riley.
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
And what's your job title with the commission?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
And what is your role in today's proceeding?
I review the commission records and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Do the statutes and commission rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes.
And can you state which statutes or rules require this?
Per Rule 6008 require that the motor carriers maintain and file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
What needs to be provided to the commission to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers file evidence of financial responsibility. An example will be Form E insurance.
And how long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Again, per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
What is the next step when the PUC receives a notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
I use the commission's OpRights database to compile a list of motor carriers that we receive notice of cancellation.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. And before we get into the exhibits, to your knowledge, were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
And let's take a look at what's previously been marked as hearing exhibit 1. Thank you. Can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Can you describe what this document is?
Yes, this is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of the motor carriers that the commission received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Who prepared this list?
Commission staff.
How was it prepared?
We use the commission's OpRights database to compile this list.
And when did staff prepare this list?
On December 23rd, 2024.
And can you just describe where that date appears on exhibit 1 here?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like this one in exhibit 1 as part of its regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain documents like this as part of its business record?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 1.
Okay, hang on just 1 minute before I'm gonna go off the record for just a second here. We have Mr. De La Torre, which has joined us. Mr. De La Torre, if I am looking at my documents correctly, you represent Tower Towing and Road Assistance, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, hey, Mr. De La Torre, let me just talk to you for like 1 second here before we get back in here. We've started the hearing already before you got here. Let me ask you real quick, have you gotten insurance yet?
We got it the same day when our Progressive insurance was terminated. They just failed to send the information to you guys, and I talked to them yesterday.
Okay, hey, Ms. Riley, do you know if you've got Mr. De La Torre's gonna be, if you got his insurance yet?
Let me look that up really quick. What's the name of the company again?
It's Tower Towing,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you cut out, Garvey.
Tower Towing.
Tower Towing. Let me double check here really quick.
And while she's doing that, Mr. De La Torre, I'll tell you real quickly. You can stay here and I'll have you enter appearance. You can testify if you want to. The main thing is your Progressives or whoever your insurance company is has to provide that information to the commission. You'll have 20 days after today to make sure that gets here. So you're not going to lose your permit today. So don't worry
Okay.
about that. So I just want to rest assured, as long as that gets taken care of, and if you have Ms. Riley's, if we'll see what she says. What do you say, Ms. Riley?
Insurance has not been updated just yet.
Okay.
So we're still needing Form E and H.
Okay, so
Okay.
and the insurance company's gonna have to get that to them. So like I say, you can stay here for the hearing if you want to, and I'll swear you in, you can testify if you want to. But the main key here is that you're gonna just have to get that, make sure, you have 20 days from today to make sure that gets there, they do that, so.
Okay, my only question is there a way to confirm or talk to someone to make sure you guys received it? Because they said it will take 24 hours. And I just want to make sure everything is in
Yeah,
order.
I understand. Ms. Riley, I'll throw that to you.
Yeah. You can call me directly. If
Okay.
you have questions about that, my direct number when you're ready,
Yes, go ahead.
it's 303
Mm-hmm.
894
Okay.
5951.
5951.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Yep, I can definitely use that and I will do so.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. De La Torre, like I say, you can stick around. If you want
No.
to be part of the hearing, you can get on your way if you want to, but as long as that's taken care of, you should be okay.
Okay, sounds good. I think I'm gonna hang up now. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we will go back on the record then, and I will admit Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Your Honor. And going back to Exhibit 1, Ms. Riley, based on the list that we see up on the screen here, what action did the commission take?
The commission sent a letter to each respondent.
Now, can we please bring up what has been pre-marked in staff's box as Exhibit 2? Can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can you describe what these documents are?
Yes, these are copies of the letters sent to the respondent on today's updated list.
And what does the information in the letters tell the respondents?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority are suspended as of the date the insurance expires unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. The letter also provides notice of today's hearing and advises each respondent that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
When did the commission send these letters?
On December 23rd, 2024.
Is it the commission's practice to create letters like these in the regular course of business?
Yes.
And is it the commission's practice to maintain letters like this as part of its business record?
Yes.
Staff moves to admit Exhibit 2, Your Honor.
Exhibit 2 shall be admitted.
Ms. Riley, does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes, per Rule 6006 requires that the motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
And were these notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents on file with the commission?
Yes,
How did the commission serve these letters?
through first-class postal mail.
Now, can we please bring up what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 3? Okay, can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
Please describe this document.
This is the attachment sent with each notice letter. This attachment contains information and instructions on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
Thank you. And when was this attachment sent to the respondents?
On December 23rd, 2024.
Is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters that we saw in Exhibit 2 when it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes.
And did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain attachments like this in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 3.
Exhibit 3 shall be admitted.
Can we please now bring up what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 4? And can you see that, Ms. Riley?
Yes, I can.
And can you describe this document?
This is the certificate of service for the notice letters and the attachment sent to each respondent.
Did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the commission's practice to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of business?
Yes.
Your Honor, move to admit Exhibit 4.
Exhibit 4 shall be admitted.
Now, looking at this exhibit, Ms. Riley, the language on the certificate says, quote, whose name and addresses appear below, end quote. And below that it states, quote, see hearing cycle listing, end quote. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing we saw in Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Now, let's return to Exhibit 2, if we can pull that up, which is the notice letter. The letter informs respondents about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens then?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
Did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
Can we please pull up what has been pre-marked as Exhibit 5? Can you describe this document, Ms. Riley?
Yes, this is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
Did staff create this list the same way as you described with Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Who created this document?
Commission staff
And when was it created?
on January 6, 2025.
Did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
And is the commission's practice to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing as part of its business record?
Yes.
Your Honor, move to admit Exhibit 5.
Exhibit 5 shall be admitted.
Ms. Riley, did staff send a letter to all motor carriers listed in Exhibit 5 here?
Yes.
And do the addresses listed in Hearing Exhibit 5 match the carrier's addresses in the Hearing Exhibit 2?
Yes.
When is the last time you checked to see if there were any changes to the status of the carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning on January 8th, 2025.
Are you aware of any pending applications, either for suspension or abandonment, affecting any common or contract carriers listed in Exhibit 5?
We do not have any pending applications for this proceeding at this time.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in Hearing Exhibit 5? And if so, can you state which ones?
Yes, we do have a few for this proceeding. Bugs Towing LLC, PUC number T-04540. Insurance was updated for them. Slide Transportation LLC, doing business as 303 Luxury Car Service, PUC number LL-02398. Insurance was updated for them. Lion Limo, PUC number LL-04192. Insurance was updated for that respondent as well. And Prater Luxury Car Service LTD, PUC number LL-04133. Insurance was updated for them as well.
And are you aware of any letters returned to the commission?
Yes, we do have a few return letters as well. Safari Express Limo LLC, there was no other address on file for them. Rocky Mountain Movers LLC, again, no other address on file for them. Z Limited, there was no additional address on file. And Affordable Towing and Recovery Inc., again, there was no additional address on file for them as well.
And did you verify that the addresses for each of those respondents matches what's listed in the system?
Yes.
And did you attempt to notice them in any other manner?
No, other than sending an email from the AG's office.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. No further questions this time, and staff rests.
All right, Ms. Riley, real quick. I guess 4 that you're dismissing, correct?
I'm sorry,
I have 4 that you're dismissing, is that correct?
let me double check. 1, 2, 3, yes, 4.
Slide Transportation, Bugs Towing, Lion Limo, and Freighter Luxury Service, all right?
That is correct.
All right, that's all I have. Anything further, Mr. Larson?
No, Your Honor. Again, we rest.
All righty then. That being said, good luck. Close this one out, and you'll be in the good hands with Judge Rosenberg soon. So, no more me. Thank you very much, Mr. Larson. Always appreciate it, Ms. Riley. Always appreciate it.
All right.
Likewise.
We're gonna do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.